Ba 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 ba. All right.
Ba 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 baran.
Ba 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 baran.
You know, I used to think it was Baba Ram. I didn't know it was Barbara Ann till I was today years old.
That's not true.
Yeah, seriously. Baba Ram. You know what? It was the main theme song to an awesome '90s movie called Surf Ninjas. And as well,
Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys.
Yeah, the theme song to Surf Ninjas. All right, hit that music, Buzz. Yeah, pop it early.
Crack it open early.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the After Buzz podcast. My name is Nico Adjemian, your host of the After Buzz, and of course with me is Buzz Adams.
Hello.
Today we are lucky enough to be joined by Kat Armendariz.
Hey!
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why don't you get a little closer to that mic?
I just want to point out that you're wearing a pendant. It looks like the all-seeing eye of Horus is what it looks like.
It does, actually.
Like something that is probably, like it holds the
soul
of a demonic being or something.
Or Imhotep, really.
It's just an Egyptian necklace. It's
Okay.
pretty.
All right. but not unholy or cursed or anything.
No,
Okay,
nothing like that.
Okay, fantastic.
All right. Well, let me introduce Kat. She is an employee at Town Square Media. I don't even, what is your exact job title?
Creative director.
The creative director for Town Square El Paso. And I've known Kat before that because Kat is a great graphic designer, an amazing graphic designer. And
yes.
To the point where she's, El Paso famous for graphic design.
All right.
She's even the graphic designer for, do you know the rap group 3-6 Mafia? Have you ever heard of them? They won an Academy Award for Hustle and Flow.
I've heard of 3-6 Mafia, sure.
DJ Paul, one of the members, continues to use Cat services for his album work.
Oh, okay, great.
Several other people. So,
what did 3-6 Mafia sing? Were they the ones who did the theme song from The Sopranos?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Either way,
I'm sure they're wonderful.
Yeah, no, they're my favorite. I mean, they won an Academy Award
for Hustle and Flow.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of the songs, I think. Anyways, so Kat is always been a fun person online and always has like the craziest things that she's posting and kind of goes, what would you say your sense of humor is, Kat?
It's very much random. You never know what you're going to expect.
They won the Academy Award for It's Hard Out Here
for a Pimp. Yeah. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I guess she was saying that her husband told her that she had to listen to a very specific episode of the AfterBuzz. So I'm assuming your husband is a fan of the AfterBuzz.
For sure. 100%.
And what was
the band that did the Sopranos theme is called Alabama 3. So it had a 3 in it.
Yeah. 3-6 Mafia.
Alabama 3.
I mean, tomato.
And Sopranos was about the mafia. It's a mistake literally anybody could make.
I think you're onto something.
So what did you think of the podcast episode you heard?
Oh, it was the pant one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you for the nice segue into our topic for today. We are answering all the questions that people have sent me.
People don't want to hear this.
Apparently they do. And people have very specific questions. So I'm gonna read. Let's just.
Can I just start with an opening statement?
Yeah.
It was an enhanced shart. That's what it really. It was an enhanced. It was more serious than a shart, but it wasn't a full-on, kind of how we've been playing it up.
Mm-hmm.
It was somewhere between a shart and
a shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, people have wanted to know how much was there. So that's a good question. I mean,
More than a shart.
there you go. You kind of answered it. People want to know what you did with the underwear.
I balled them up and put them in a plastic shopping bag from Albertsons, and then took them home and continued to wash them out using the garden hose.
From my friend Jenny, she wants to know.
Your friend Jenny?
Yes.
Robbins?
Yes.
God. Why does Jenny have to know about this?
It really made her happy. Okay. It made her day.
All right.
Consistency.
100% liquid.
Kat, you're like, I did not know I was signing up for this.
Right. People really want to know the consistency.
No, nobody wants to. I don't want to talk about it. I don't think people want to hear us talk about it, but somehow you're convinced that.
Oh, I've been inundated with Facebook messages, Instagram messages, emails, asking about all the gritty details.
I almost hope I get like a serious diagnosis. Like, by the way, you've got,
like stomach cancer.
Stomach cancer or something.
And you want us to feel bad about the whole time.
Absolutely. And I will rub it in for the red. Yeah, you guys thought it was real funny when I first started presenting my symptoms.
You thought it was all fun and games until it really
somebody
got
gets
serious.
cancer. What else?
Okay, all right, that's gonna do it. For, I guess.
Really, that's it?
Yeah. I can see. I can sense the discomfort.
But I was hoping you would take away a lesson from it, and that is, hey, if your tummy is a little upset, you don't leave work. Or if, I got a little cough, I'm not going to come in today.
Or if you shit your pants.
I stayed for the whole show.
I'm not sure if that's not the badge of honor you think it is.
I mean, I'd believe you if I was your boss. Who would admit that?
Well, you can smell it on air.
You can't. It didn't even happen in here. It happened about 4 paces short.
Yeah, but then
of
when he turned to Rose like, "Can you see anything?" And yes, you could see an outline on his pants.
Yeah, but I had also gotten towels out of the.
Okay. All right.
God. One of these days, there's going to be something you're like, I'm going to confide something in you, but you just can't talk about this on the air. You just can't. Yeah. And then I'm just going to.
All right.
I'm just going to return the favor.
Whatever. You've already done it to me. You've outed everybody about my entire life. I have no secrets from anybody
about
anymore.
What?
About any girl I was dating, you would bring her up immediately. About me smoking weed, you start bringing that up immediately.
What?
Yeah, I told him that I didn't want that to ever be a thing. All right, we're gonna go through some of the app chat messages. Oh, before that, I do want to just ask Kat because I had you on here for a reason. I wanted people to know that there is this creative force that we have at Town Square now, and she's going to be doing a lot.
Yes, but she's so quiet.
Yes,
she's so soft spoken.
You wouldn't know she was here.
I feel like you need to get in there and kind of project your voice a little.
Okay.
Well, let me know when you start.
Are you a little shy right now? You feel a little nervous?
I'm just trying to not talk over people, interrupt anyone.
Oh, no, you need
all.
to be...
I'll just wait for my turn.
No, you need to be like, my turn now.
Oh.
Anyways, no, Kat is a great force for creativity at the station, and anyways, she's very funny in her own right. So I'm going to go through some of the. So I was going to ask you, why don't you tell everybody what your job is, what your plans are for the company, and what do you like about working here?
Sure. Well, the job of a creative director is just pretty much knowing anything and everything about marketing and being able to solve a business's problems with your knowledge.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much, in short, I make things pretty. And people pay me to make them look pretty online.
Whether it's video or...
Because the return on investment is a lot higher when it's visually appealing online.
Yeah, it's a weird lesson, but Jibs, a friend of ours, a friend of mine...
the comagician,
he taught me that for a comedy show, having a nice backdrop and a really good sound system that worked really well, and a spotlight where you could see everything, and really nice flyers, and really nice just everything, making it look nice, made people think he had like an office where he was just running things out of the back of his car, really. And that more people tend to go to things. The way something looks.
You mean
really,
like at an open mic?
Any shows. I mean, even if it wasn't open mic, but no, really shows. Like imagine.
Well, most
imagine
comedy clubs have their backgrounds.
Yeah, this isn't comedy clubs because there is a whole. Comedy clubs is a 10% of comedy that goes on, maybe 20%. The rest is all these one-nighters and places that bars and saloons or restaurants or dance clubs or all kinds of different places.
People eat with their eyes too.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Like people eat with their eyes. Yeah. Something that's visually appealing is going to be
okay.
Anyway, so I learned that from Jibs, like how the design of everything looks makes a huge difference in what you sell it for.
For sure.
And what are your plans for the place? You like working here?
Yeah, I do. I want to change the way people see marketing. I want it to be more authentic. I want it to be more engaging, more relatable, but also visually appealing at the same time. And I feel like I'm in the perfect position to do that, where I can actually change the way people see marketing and change the way that it's seen online and the way that people perceive content, original content versus something that's been inspired. Well, every content that's out there has been inspired by something, but for the most part.
But you mean like a lot more of the mobile marketing and things like that?
It's pretty much way too diverse just to section it to mobile.
Okay.
It requires a whole team of people.
And we got a cat.
Yeah, but do we have a team?
Oh, I have 6 different personalities.
Oh, good.
I'm my own team.
Yeah, there's 6 of us in here.
I bring the team. All right, Kat. Well, thanks for being part of the team and the crew.
Yeah,
she's going to take our headshots of us. She's going to make us look pretty.
Wow.
I told her, wait till I lose some weight. And she's like, I can do all that. And
Yeah.
I can just
Who needs
airbrush the shit out of you.
Who needs a gym membership when you have Photoshop?
Right.
Give you a luxurious mane of hair, maybe?
Yeah. And then when people show up to the show, they're going to be like, why is this bald fat guy here?
False advertisement.
All right, Buzz, I have our app chat. This is the one where people can go to the KLAQ mobile app and directly message us at the show.
For some reason, I'm banned from it. I don't know what that's all about.
Because sometimes people don't say nice things, and you would be compelled to write something not nice back.
It's what people might think.
No, you've told us, like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bitch these people up. Okay. Today, from Ja Arad. Freaking great show today.
Yeah. Thank you, Ja Arad.
Jimmy B says, my ex-mother-in-law kept the plastic on her fridge for years. My kids finally took it off, and she was pissed. We're talking about
things old people do.
Things old people do.
Leave the plastic on products.
To make it look new, or make it seem new still.
Refrigerators come in plastic?
Yeah, they do. I remember that from when I got Buzz a refrigerator.
You ordered me a refrigerator using my...
Yeah, I went through the effort of researching. What do you think the housewife does? That's half of the part.
I mean, they used to laminate their furniture, so.
Or somebody just Ortiz says, when I was 19, Buzz shooed me away. LOL. It has always stuck with me.
I need a little context there.
There's no context.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about.
He just wrote it in the blue.
I can't defend myself if I don't know what you're talking about.
Would that doesn't seem like something you would do, but could you see yourself being busy and then maybe like doing something where you...
No, that doesn't really sound like me.
It really doesn't. Like you aren't really like that. 5 Points Guy says, every time I'm watching Rick and Morty and Mr. Poopy Butthole comes on, I'm going to think of Buzz now. You can laugh, Kat. It's okay.
You love this too much, don't you?
No, I love this so much. Danny says, hey, how about one of those things that you play after commercials with that guy with the voice saying, and now back to Buzz El Cacas Adams. El Cacas Adams. No, you don't like this?
I just don't think it's a thing that most people like.
I'm just repeating what the chat are saying. I'm not coming up with it. Casey says, Buzz, pay your mortgage off.
Yeah. I should really pay my mortgage way down. That's actually really good advice.
You are, though, aren't you? You were just saying that today.
Yeah, but I could clean out my bank account and still have.
Oh,
It wouldn't.
That's
totally
what he's saying.
Get rid of my mortgage. I can't pay it. I could pay it down. I can't pay it off.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Really, I need to move out of that house. It's too big. There are rooms I haven't been in like 3 years.
He has 2 floors. And he's a no stairs guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't do stairs. I never do stairs.
I might get me one of those chairlift things that goes up the side.
I actually thought about that when I was pregnant. I hated stairs too.
That makes sense though.
I lived in a split level, kind of like condo, at the very top of Thunderbird, and it had a elevator in it that went from the kitchen down to the bedroom level.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Well, because somebody older folks
Disabled,
or an invalid or something lived there before me.
Did you take advantage of that?
Yeah, I'd show it to people. Everybody thought it was cool. This guy's got an elevator in his pad.
I'm too impatient, I think, because those home elevator ones are so slow.
They do take a little bit of time.
So slow.
Kevin Bailey from West Melbourne. Remember we were talking about that earlier? And we were like, oh, is that Australia or New Zealand? Well, he wrote back saying, West Melbourne, Florida, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really good one. It says, Twitchy Twist says, hey, Buzz, everyone craps themselves at least once in their lives. Don't feel too bad.
I don't.
Love you.
I feel bad that you brought it up.
Love you.
I mean, that's El Paso's favorite thing to do, though, is
Yeah.
to talk shit.
Yeah. Talk it. Do it. Crash Override says, have you guys spoken about the new Fallout series on Amazon Prime?
No, but it's got Walton Goggins in it,
Yeah.
and he's playing a guy whose like nose is gone because of radiation fallout.
Do you know about Fallout?
It's so good.
Oh, you started the show?
Yes, I'm addicted.
I thought it only started today.
I binge watched everything that there is to watch.
What, at midnight?
Sure. It was so good.
She's like, probably like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, 3.
And
right.
it's based on a video game series?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you play the video game series?
I watched the video game series being played. I never played it myself.
By your husband?
Yeah.
That's a fun pastime.
I'm watching what I think might be
Pretty sure it's one player.
my favorite my favorite television show of the past 20 years. Ripley on Netflix.
That's the one with, what's the name of the actor?
He played Moriarty in
Sherlock.
the BBC. Yeah, the Sherlock that was Benedict Cumberbatch.
God, I can't think of his name, though.
I can't think of his name either, but he's great. Did you ever see The Talented Mr. Ripley? The
With,
Matt Damon and Jude Law?
And Jude Law? No.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman?
No, I didn't see it.
It's much darker, but somehow also much funnier. Like, it's super dark. It's shot in black and white. And they start with the plot from Talented Mr. Where he has to go to Italy and find Dickie Greenleaf and convince him to come home, but then he decides just to come clean. And you guys didn't see The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, great movie. This series is amazing.
Kind of like Sherlock Holmes.
No, Ripley, he's the talent that he has is that he's an amazing grifter.
Like
He's
a con artist.
Yeah, like a con artist and kind of a psychopath. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything here, but
it's like a psychological thriller.
He's not somebody who wants to go out and murder. He's not a serial killer. He doesn't want to go out and murder people, but
he doesn't mind.
If it suits his purposes and he feels like he's in a corner, he's not above beating Dickie Greenleaf to death with an oar. At least that's what Matt Damon did to Jude Law. Spoilers.
All right, just a couple more comments. EP Texas says, going back to John Schneider, his point to Confederate flag being a battle flag is like the swastika being an Indian symbol of religion.
We had John Schneider, and he brought it up, first of all. He was, I forget exactly what John said, but I thought it was a good interview. But he brought up, we still got a lot of fans despite the vocal minority out there who are, I don't know if you said woke or whatever. And I thought, oh, okay, well, let's talk about this thing now.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Dukes of Hazzard, and I had the the Hot Wheels version of the car.
Of the car.
And I had plenty of friends that were white and black and
nobody noticed it really.
Nah, it wasn't a badge of shame or it wasn't a controversial deal. But in 2024, you got to ask yourself, the flag that they fly at Klan rallies and at the Unite the Right rally, it's probably attitudes have changed. And I don't know. I mean, did you think that was? That's my opinion.
No, I thought it was a great interview. I thought it was really
anyway,
informative.
He was doing this thing that sometimes these people do, where it's like,
if you look at the history,
if you were a student of history and you actually looked it up, there was no Confederate flag. That was actually the battle flag.
The Tennessee battle flag.
You know what it is. I know what it is. We all know what it is. Mm-hmm. Cut the bullshit.
Right. Playing pretend.
If I walk into a bar and there's a Confederate flag on the wall, I'm turning around and walking right back out.
I'm going to know some things about that place.
I don't need to talk to the owner and find out why it's up there or what his reason is. I walk in, I see that, I walk right back out. Sorry. Don't be a snowflake about it.
Okay, I think this is an appropriate segue. 5 Points Guy asks, and what's the secret ingredient in Boss sauce? Wing Boss for life. Raising Cane's is whack.
The real world.
My daughter prefers so my daughter, her diet is almost 100% chicken nuggets or chicken strips.
My God, I have to bring this up.
And she prefers Boss to
Raising Cane's.
Yeah, I mean if she won't turn down Raising Cane's, but if it's a choice, it's Boss. But she loves Chick-fil-A so much.
Can I tell you about my trip to South Padre?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just took about a week
Were there
on the road.
Still girls going wild while you were there?
No, it was like the end of spring break season, although it wasn't for other places. Like during my comedy show, when people, the thing about like, where's people from, the general question, there was people from Minnesota, there was people from Wisconsin, a lot of Midwest actually. So it makes
University of Madison in the house.
Well, it makes me think that, maybe the colleges in the Midwest might have a little bit later spring break and that they choose to go to somewhere like South Padre.
Well, a lot of people go to South Padre. That was kind of like the primary destination when I was in college.
Is it like
in Oklahoma.
I guess
it's just what?
Is it like a price thing?
That it's cheaper maybe in Texas and...
I think it's just a driving distance deal. Like if you're from Texas or Oklahoma, you can drive it in a few hours as opposed to going to, when you go to Daytona, you got to go way, way down there in Florida.
To Florida.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. Like South Padre, it was very pretty. Anyway, so it was a good trip.
Yeah, MTV, I don't know. Did MTV ever do Spring Break from Padre?
Yes. Jibbs and I were reminiscing about that. I was like, oh my God, Carson Daly was here 30 years ago.
This is exactly where Light Funky Ones performed in 1995.
Anyways, so I was featuring for Gibran the Comagician. We had already mentioned him before. And we took an opener with us, a new comic. Recently new. He's like been a couple of years, but he's just turned 21 years old. So he's like, I think Gen Z for sure, but maybe even Gen Alpha. I'm not even sure.
Have I ever told you about the time we did the morning show from South Padre?
God, have
you ever heard any of the stories from that trip?
Is this the one about Steve? Was Steve at this one? Yeah. I have heard this one.
We took some winners, and the idea was we were going to take some UTEP students. So we get our winners, and these guys show up, and they're like 35.
Okay. They're UTEP students? Sure, commuter school, whatever.
Whatever. Anyway, and I don't know, 29 at the time, I think. So we go and we do the show from Spring Break, South Padre. We're getting up every morning and doing the show early. Well, one of these winners, they were cool with us, but one of them had brought like what looked like a pretty high-tech camera or video camera.
Mm-hmm. Were they asking girls to go wild?
They didn't have to. Let me tell you, just walking around with the camera, girls would run up, almost already taking their top off. Are you guys with Girls Gone Wild?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what woo! So when
So he bought a camera.
when Joe Francis got sent to prison, I was like, he didn't really have to coerce anybody into doing anything in my experience.
No, I think it was a badge of honor for some people. I don't know. So this kid that we were hanging out with, he's like 15 years younger than me. Realizing that I was a sophomore in high school when he was born, like, still blows my mind.
You're a middle-aged man now.
Shut the fuck up. So
Are you going to name check him, or are you not going to do that?
His name, I kept saying Paul Ramirez. Yeah, Paul Ramirez.
I don't think you ever said it.
I thought I did. Anyways, he eats like a kid, though, like your daughter.
Chicken nuggets.
Yes,
fries.
Dude. Like, we went to a
fruit by the foot.
We went to a Chinese buffet because first of all, we ate a ton of seafood, like oysters and
great, sure, yeah, you do that if you're that close to the Gulf.
I was like, hey, you want some shrimp,
raw oysters?
Raw oysters. You want some peel shrimp? And he's like, no, thank you, no.
I'm gonna get some chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a Chinese buffet because that's Jibs and I tradition to go to one on every trip.
To where?
A Chinese buffet. Like, like a Grand China buffet or,
God.
Yeah,
I used to love,
they were amazing.
Love Grand China.
But in different cities, they're different, a little different. And
I used to take my daughter there when she was
what would she get?
Okay. And sometimes the people would come up and ask her, oh, you like Chinese food? And she's like, I love Chinese food. And they're like, what's your favorite Chinese food? The yellow, the red Jello? The green Jello, the chicken strips.
It's amazing. And it's the best Chinese food.
And the ice cream.
It's the best Chinese food.
I thought you were going to say nuggets.
They were like chicken. They had like a kid's buffet.
Even to this day, they had Jello. Yeah.
Is Grand China still open?
Not Grand China, but on the east side.
Lens.
Lens and this Mongolian, the really good Mongolian place. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Well, I'm talking about when it was Grand China on the west side.
Yeah. No, it's the exact same concept.
She would tell people like her favorite restaurant was the Chinese restaurant.
He loves doing her voice.
Yeah. And they'd say, what's your favorite Chinese food? Red Jello.
Yellow Jello. That's how this kid at the Chinese buffet, he got a salad. Okay. All right. Fine, right?
Get some egg drop soup. He couldn't.
Egg rolls. He liked the egg rolls.
He got the egg rolls. All right.
Yes.
He probably just
and maybe some rice. And I was like, this is a buffet. You're supposed to eat as much as your weight and your weight. And I don't know. It made me think, is this just like a generational thing now? Kat, you have several kids, actually.
Yeah, I have a litter.
Are any of them picky eaters?
One of them, my youngest, is very picky. She is the nugget person that you speak of. And I hope, she grows out of it.
And it's not like you are picky and it kind of transferred to her or anything, right?
No. All her siblings eat vegetables. They eat all kinds of stuff that's
Here's
good
the
for
deal.
you, right?
When I was a kid, if I didn't like something, it's like, okay, well, you don't get anything else.
Right. You're going to eat what I feed you.
Yeah, right.
Or, starve. That's what I tell them. But I don't starve my kids.
My daughter is the most stubborn person. She would be like,
fine, I'll starve.
Right. And to the point where it's like, she
might starve.
She might starve. I guess we got to go get her chicken nuggets.
She's just as determined as you are, then yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's stubborn.
Yeah, oh, man. And it's always going to be like 10 times worse when it's your kid. Worse than you.
But I'm
an adventurous
and
eater.
But you also grew up. You had experiences where you went out and went to college.
Maybe your defiance is the adventure.
Do you know, to this day, my family back in Oklahoma, my mom, my dad when he was still alive, my brother and sister and my nieces, all think that I put on airs because I
eat sushi.
Yeah, they think I'm trying to act like a fancy city person.
Who do you think you is? Who do you think you are?
Bougie.
How many times have I heard the joke? We call that bait around here.
Come on, just try it, Mom. So to me, it's a thing you grow out of. That eventually you experience things where you try new things and you just grow out of this. But this kid's 21.
Yeah?
He's still a kid.
Yeah, he's still a kid. But he's been doing comedy for pretty much since he was 18 or 19.
Yeah, but at some point you're going to be in a social situation where it's going
to look bad.
It's a set menu for an event, and you're going to have to eat something. I'm not talking about like blowfish or anything, but
fugu.
Yeah, just something that's not in your comfort zone.
What about your daughter? Do you think she'll ever grow out of it?
I don't know. I mean, listen. To her, it's not a joking matter. I mean, she really wishes because her friends are getting to the point where they like to go
try new things.
Yeah, get sushi for lunch. She's in high school.
Right.
And, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but yeah, she wishes she didn't have this issue. And it's all about the texture, too.
Oh, yeah.
A texture. I can believe that.
Now,
people are just very
the things that she likes,
sensitive.
Like, of all the things you would think that a picky eater wouldn't like, fish. But fresh caught fish. So when we'll go fishing, we'll come home, we'll cook it up, fry it up. She would eat all of it herself. I mean, it's not like it's not a disorder.
No.
But it's definitely, she wishes she didn't have so many
hang-ups
with food.
Yeah.
That's how I'm about liver. I don't like the texture of it.
Oh, my God. My mom read somewhere in a magazine that
liver and onions.
You had to have liver and onions once a month or your kids were going to die. So we had to have liver and onions once a month, and we hated it. My brother hated it. My dad hated it. And one time, we're me and my brother, oh, no, not liver. And my mom got on our case, and my dad said, Cheryl, if nobody likes it, why do you keep making it?
Wait. So, what does liver taste? I haven't had it. So, what's the texture?
It's like steak, but soft.
But
spongy?
No, but it's foul. It's just got a
like
really
blood. It tastes like blood, kind of.
Oh.
Like
it's just got a real. I don't know. It just doesn't taste good.
Okay.
I mean, now that I'm talking about it, I'm kind of craving it. Actually, I only like liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti. Yeah.
All right, I think that's a good place to end it. Thank you so much for being here, Kat.
No problem. Thank you
we
for
do
having
appreciate. Always welcome. And why don't you let everybody know where they can find you at? Online.
Well, no, we're not asking for your home address.
No, I meant like your socials and stuff.
Oh, category. With a K. KATTEGORY. Like cat and pick a category.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. I still have my same email address that I've had for 25 years. Buzz at
AOL. Oh, that's right.
Buzz at KLAQ.com. It's the only thing that I do.
And you can call me or text me at my number, which is everywhere. All right. Talk to y'all next time.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.